Hello everybody, it's been a while. Today I'm going to do a reading. Okay, there's already a card here. Sure, I'll put that there. And that one wants to go there. Sure, we're just getting started right away. This is a deck that I made myself. It's a geomantic deck. Geomancy usually doesn't... This one goes here. It doesn't usually come in card form. Today, we are using that deck, and we're using a couple different decks. I'm going to shuffle. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yes to that. I have a couple new oils on the table today. I have Astral Dreamer. I just put this on the website. It is so delicious. It's very herbal. It has a sweetness to it too from the lavender and the chamomile, but it is very herbal. If you have a hard time going to bed, just put this on every time you want to sleep, and your brain will associate this smell with sleeping. So that was my thought on that. I know I haven't been here for a while, but I just want to hop right into it. Please check out illusionelixirs.com for all of these amazing oils. And please pick your pile based on the oils. So I'll go through the oils, but let me just first talk about the fact that I have a purple candle on the table today. Here, maybe I can zoom out a bit. There it is. You guys can see that. But yeah, I have a purple candle. I actually put Astral Dreamer on it, which is about dreams that are like predictions. I believe dreaming is very much a divinatory tool. So that's what this oil is about. It's also about good sleep. This oil, Somatic Support, is new. I actually don't have any of the rollers right now, but I'm about to put them back into stock. So I'll have some soon, and then I'll put this up on the website here soon as well, the dropper of Somatic Support. But this is for nervous system regulation. Lang Lang and white tea are really good for that. Lang Lang goes straight into the skin and can help reduce blood pressure and help reduce heart rate. And it's just really good for that if you struggle with like tensing your shoulders and you're just always feeling like you're behind. I've been there. Okay, we have shadow work. I also have another video about shadow work, but this is an oil I put out that not a lot of people have been interested in, which I'm super surprised by because it's a really interesting, awesome smell. It smells like paper, like coffee, a little bit like cherry. It's a very, very interesting smell. It's delicious. And people really loved it at the Ren Fair, but not online. Nobody has purchased it online, so definitely check that out on illusionelixirs.com. And then I have Aphrodite for the last pile number 4. It has gold in there that I purchased from Japan. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's red gold, and I have coral in there based on the Aphrodite myth. I have seashell in there. If you guys caught my Aphrodite videos on either here or Instagram, please follow me over on Instagram as well. I do a lot of content over there and on TikTok that I do not put out on here, so please check that out. But that's the piles, and Aphrodite is very low in stock and it is limited edition, so definitely go check that out. And those are the 4 piles. I just felt like I needed to get on here today. I want to play with some of my decks. I miss this, you know, I miss this, but I just have a lot on my plate, so it's just not really something I'm able to do, unfortunately, because I was never able to monetize this. So this is really just something I have to do because I love it, because it makes me happy. You know what I mean? It makes me happy to give people the good advice that I've learned throughout my life, but the thing is, I can't overextend myself, you know? So I really appreciate the people that get personal readings from me. That really means a lot. Just interested to see what the cards say today. I have had so much going on in my personal life. You're the fire horse. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but it is just go, 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 just like I had envisioned. I'm really into Chinese astrology, honestly. I just feel so connected to it over the past couple years. It just always seems to hit for me. But that's one thing I've been wanting to talk about lately is like Year of the Wood Snake was a lot about just reflection, right? But I think you can get lost in a loop of reflection, kind of like the Ouroboros, if you've ever seen the snake that eats itself. And it's like, you have to remember to get out of reflection. And I think that's what this year has been about too, is like, you can over reflect on yourself too instead of living. You can over organize instead of doing, you know, like there's a stalling, and it's just like, always notice you're stalling. I think that's really important. Always notice you're stalling. Okay. Okay, and that one wanted to come out too. This one was interesting that it was like up here. I don't know, I just felt like pulling the cards out separately today. That was interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited about Astral Dreamer. Definitely check that out. Check out what I wrote about all of the oils. I always go into more detail about all of the oils on my website. It has all of the ingredients broken down, all of the essential oils that I use. They just smell so delicious, and kind of like the scent profile as well. I break that down, and the uses and everything like that. It seems like an angel wanted to come out for shadow work. Here we go. And I think after this, I'm probably just gonna leave it there. Maybe one more. There we go. Okay. I think those are all of the cards that I'm gonna pull out. So please make sure to check the timestamps down below. Make sure to take a couple deep breaths. Before we get started. Maybe roll your neck from side to side just to get yourself prepared for this message. You know, it's been a while, so maybe the message will be potent today. If there's more than one pile, then that's also for you as well. If you feel called to even 3 or 4 piles, that is okay as well. Okay, I am going to put these to the side and get started. Okay, pile number 1, if you chose Astral Dreamer, which is for getting a good night's sleep, for remembering your dreams, for astral traveling, this one's for the witches, the wizards, the psychics, the prophetic dreamers, and just those that want to get good sleep and feel more relaxed. This is the perfect blend for that, with the lavender and the chamomile. The lavender is so relaxing. The chamomile will put you straight to bed. Oregano as well. It just cleanses your breathing so that you can actually breathe well while you sleep as well. It's just fantastic. You can roll that right on your sheets if you have dark colored sheets. These are actually sheets. But let's see what your cards are today. Oh, wonderful. Cornucopia, Fortuna Minor. Fortuna Minor in the Geomancy deck is about those little things in life, you know? The little things, like good food, you know, like we have on the cornucopia here. Oh, wonderful. We have a Mongolian throat singer. This reminds me of the band The Who, which is H-U, not The Who, like W-H-O. It's a Mongolian throat singing band. They're really incredible. Check them out on YouTube. They're super cool. But Mongolian throat singing in general is it's just a really beautiful, beautiful form of using the human body. you know, like a way to use our lungs in a way, you know, just like the oregano is for the breathing. Like I said, like our body is so incredible. Our fingers, what they're able to do, our toes, the way we're able to jump, like the human body, we're able to use it. So make sure you're using it. Make sure you're using your brain to learn new things. Make sure you're taking in content of things that are outside of your comfort zone, outside of your wheelhouse. You know, this helps you within things that are within your wheelhouse. You know, it wakes you up to new opportunities and to new ideas, and just opens up internal pathways. Okay, we're on a whole self help vibe. This is like an Ayurvedic medicine, which is about understanding that the foods we eat can be the medicine that we eat as well. It's about the breath. It's about pranayama. Pranayama is energy, and energy is really like, so many people say it in so many different ways. You know, Reiki, people call that energy, and chi is another way to describe energy. But there's so many words, and within Ayurveda, you're meant to bring the prana, bring the energy, you know, into your breath, into your body, and really feel that. Visualize that bringing white light down, and kind of visualizing that the spices of the foods you eat. But, you know, I'm not the person to really speak on this, because I feel like this is something that um, an Indian or a yogi master might have more information about. So definitely, if you're interested in that sort of thing, like working with food as a form of medicine, look more into that, because we have the cornucopia here as well. So it's like, we have cornucopia, we have whole self-help, natural therapies, balance, Ayurveda. Really cool here because we have balance, right? Right there it says balance. I don't know if you guys can see that. Balance, Ayurveda. And then we have the angel of balance reverse. So it's like, I think in some ways you're like, okay, when is it going to balance out? When is it going to balance out? Calling out kind of to the universe, or calling out to like future versions of yourself, or future like timelines, and being like, okay, when am I gonna get this? Interesting here with this Egyptian energy too. This feels like in dreams, kind of like a perfume bottle as well, with the blue energy. This is giving Hathor vibes, if you guys know about Hathor, or if you've watched my Instagram about Hathor. This moon phase is also feeling like a shifting of new things and like letting go. Definitely. Angel of balance. Yeah. The balance is coming in from the angels, but I think that you have to remember that you can balance things out yourself with the food that you eat, and what you do with your body, respecting your body, and just taking time to retreat, taking time to relax, taking time to feel whimsical. We have a gnome here. Getting into the mountains, getting into like places that are more far away from cities, where there's like white birch trees, pine trees, log cabins, like places like that. I think that's kind of important for your healing. Yeah, that's very important for your healing. Traveling and seeing other cultures is very important for your healing. You've done a lot of detoxing, rejuvenating, and relaxing. You've done a lot of that, and I think you've let go of some toxic patterns, some toxic cycles with overworking, and there's more to let go of. But this can be tied to sleep as well. And your dreams are really important for your dreams in real life. You know, what you dream about is really important for what you're going to achieve within your life. So just make sure you're noticing that, so it can help you with those transitions. And just make sure to remember the little beautiful things in life. Remember to bask in the sunlight, eat the good food, enjoy music and nature and traveling and other cultures. That's what it's all about, right? Yeah, and we've left a lot behind. We've left a lot behind. We've left behind toxic thinking patterns, looping on sadness. That's something that's going to be difficult even because it's like, you know, your inner child dealt with a lot. If you have children, they may have dealt with a lot. And that brings sadness, and that brings something that you carry with you, and that doesn't change, but it's like you change though. You change the way that you see that, and you see that as something that lets light in because you remember that you need to be a person that is the light, and you allow that to transform you. And instead of having that be like a chip on your shoulder, you have that be like the reason why you need to be the light, and the reason why you need to bring the good food, and you need to take care of people, and you need to be like the angel, but not really, because it's like, don't see yourself really as an angel helping people or helping yourself, but really see that the universe can help you in that way. The universe can help you in that way, and that you will act out as like the universe will act through you as someone to help people, right? But just not overextending yourself anymore, not overextending your brain and saying, oh, I have to focus on every little thought, and I have to think that every little thought means something, and that this could really be happening, and and the anxiety and this and that. It's like, okay, let me put my music on, let me eat my good food, let me retreat, let me call out to my angels, let me enjoy the sunshine, let me get some good sleep. And that's where you're at right now. So that's what I have for you all today. Thank you so much for watching. Check out one of the other piles if you're interested, and check out Astral Dreamer on illusionelixirs.com. I love you all so very much. Bye, everybody. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose somatic support, this dropper bottle, and I also pulled out my somatic support with Lang Lang, jasmine, white tea. It is so freaking good. I've used so much of this. As you can see, it's literally down to just the flowers and the crystals in the bottom, but it's so freaking good. And I put the clear sticker on this one. I love it. I think it looks so cute. But yeah, you don't have to rub it in, but I don't know. I just like naturally do. I know some people are like, oh no, it like crushes the scent molecules, but sometimes I just like want to rub it in because it's like oily on my skin, you know? But it really actually just blends right into the skin. I actually got a compliment at the Ren Fair that said like this just blends right into the skin. It doesn't sit on top of the skin, and it's like, look, it's already just blended in, but you can still smell so much of the fragrance. This one is so good. Since it has the jasmine, it kind of reminds me of Divine Feminine. If you used to have Divine Feminine, you know that was one of my top sellers. But let's see what cards you guys have today. We have the 8 of Swords reverse, which is about just getting out of victim mindset, you know, like with it being somatic support too. It's like somatic support is about your body, right? So let's say you had some sort of illness. It's like, no, I'm gonna figure this out. It's like, I'm not in victim mindset anymore. Or it's like, let's say you were around somebody toxic, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna be the victim of this person anymore. I'm not dealing with that anymore. That is the energy that I get from this pile. It's like, let me take my life by the reins and help my body and do self-care for myself. And somatic support is just such a perfect oil to pair with that sort of work. And you can drop this one right into a diffuser if you have a diffuser, or you can use it like a perfume as well. So here are the cards we had. These are the ones that were underneath the 8 of Swords reverse. So it's like, after you get out of this victim mindset and you really are like untangling yourself, because it's like sometimes you're within years of dealing with difficulties, or like feeling like you were blinded or blindsided by the way somebody is, you know. With this being night too, like if you're called to the last pile, definitely check that out as well, because I'm feeling like some sort of like night or sleeping type energy that's important as well. But it's basically saying that once you get out of this, this moves through stagnancy with the finances, because a lot of the times the body and the people that you're around are linked to your finances, because you can't do well within your finances if you're not regulated within the nervous system, right? Like you're going to be spending your money or acting from a place of survival. So you don't hold your money as easily whenever you're acting from a place of survival, and your shoulders are tense and your heart's racing. You might not make the same decisions. You might not be as creative because you're in a state of survival. So breathing in things like aromatherapy, taking moments of rest, taking walks, and just having that nice scent with you allows you to actually break free from that over time. Like it takes time, you know, and I'm not saying this is the only thing that you need, but I am saying that everything's linked is basically what I'm trying to say, and it's unraveling. So we have the 10 of Cups here, and that brings in happiness within the family systems whenever you get out of certain victimhood realities, right? It helps everyone around you. It helps the whole system. It brings happiness and health to the whole system and eventually to the world. But that can delay, you know? Sometimes it takes a minute. And for some reason, I feel like magic is involved with this too, because we have this little cauldron here and we have the tarot cards. So it's like, and magic is also important to help the world. That's how I feel. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely financial success. We have touching the womb here as well. I don't know why I just heard endometriosis. That might just be for somebody. But yeah, it's just like about fertility. It's about the family systems, the body, finances, the world. It's all interconnected, and we're helping ourselves, and that helps the world. We don't have to always focus on the external. We can focus on healing the internal, which is really going to help us heal the external going forward. Right? There's a lot that we have to let go of. There's a lot that we have to let go of. It has to do with our inner child. There's some things that happen to our inner child during like Halloween or fall season. And they remember that, and that needs to be unearthed, I feel. Okay, Judgment. Yeah, there's really like an awakening that's going to happen within the inner child system. So I think a lot of the times we get to this point where like, oh, I don't think we need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not necessary. No. And it's like, no, it actually is. Like, we have to do the inner child healing. We have to unearth things, and we have to look at them, and it will give us upgrades within all systems of our life going forward, right? And it heals our mind as well. It heals our mind, slicing through each thing. It's like one thing after another that we have to slice through and realize this is an illusion. This is not for us. These people are not for us. This job is not for us. It's like, that's what life has been like. Is like, oh, these substances are not for us. This is not for us. This is not for us. I will not be a victim to my life. I will not be a victim to my world. I will not be a victim to my body. I will not be a victim to what they feed us in this world. I will not. I will not be a victim to what they say on television. Okay, we have the head of the dragon, and new things start, but there is a real seriousness to this, a real forcefulness to this, and a real almost like a, I don't know, it's not like, I don't know how to, it's not like bitch energy, but it's like, there's a lot of like no energy. It's like you have to say no a lot to get a lot of yeses, is what I'm getting from this. You have to say no a lot to get a lot of yeses. Yeah, that is what I'm getting from that. Yeah. Okay, be thankful. Lots of these moments, super important. Keep these moments. Moments with the incense, moments with giving food to our gods or goddesses, or just whatever we give thanks to. Feeling our own personal spiritual relationship that nobody needs to understand except for ourselves. And these moments are very important to bring gratitude. Gratitude doesn't need to be written down. Spiritual understandings and awakenings don't need to be written down or shared. We're all experiencing things, and we're experiencing it in our own time. We can share them and we can keep them to ourselves, and we're just thankful that we're having this unlocking. And it continues to happen, and it's going to get huge. And sometimes it gets serious, and it does involve sometimes being like a little bitchy, because you have to be like, no, no, no. Yeah, you have to turn down a lot of things. I think I just heard some rain. Yeah, I think it just started raining. Embrace your inner gypsy. Freedom, fun, music. Yeah, dancing. Just like traveling on the road, playing music or watching people play music, dancing with your friends. What right now would make you feel free? What's something you've always dreamed of doing? Now save your money starting now to do it. Put it on the actual plate of what is able to happen in your life. Instead of thinking, oh, this is something I want. Think of, how can I bring this into my day today? Just a little piece of it. And sometimes it looks like just dancing and playing and feeling into that body with the somatic support. Maybe you want to do some sort of ecstatic dance or move with the community in some way. Have courage to get out there and dance and move and be fearless to be free. You have to be fearless to be free. You do, because the whole world will tell you not to be yourself. Okay? So you're really going to have courage. And I'm sure you know that already. Upskill. We're working. We're up leveling in our career. There could be some new things going on in the career where they give you opportunity to have a promotion, whether you take that or not. That's up to you. Teaching is also very important. Teaching different generations, whether that's kids or elders. Teaching outside, bringing that energy to teaching, and bringing like dancing and creativity and like cultural energy to teaching. And I think that's everything I have for you today. Definitely, look into the cultures that we have here. Look into them. This is beautiful. The warrior. I don't even know this one. We have the gypsy culture. That's like Romani. I know that word can be considered a slur. This is like Rome. So that might call to you. And then this is like, I swear this like, they look African, but then it's like they have like this Scottish plaid. I'm like, what is that? That is interesting. And yeah, this looks like Thai, I would say. Could be Indonesian. But these cultures, they have important things within them. It's important to know that there's so much difference in the world on what it means to celebrate, on what it means to be a warrior, on what it means to give thanks or to teach others, and it's like, I want to bring this into our world. That's the beautiful thing about where we live, at least where I live in the United States, is that there is so much cultural melding, and we can be a part of that and honor that, respect that, and not take from it. Just honor and respect it, and call out when we feel there should be more. you know, or call out when we think places seem like they're too whitewashed, or like they're taking something. You know, let's call that out, because people can learn from that. People really can learn from that. But that's everything I have for you today. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here, and definitely check out Somatic support on illusionelixirs.com. It smells so good. Lang Lang, white tea. So good. Jasmine, it's just like fresh, tangy. It's like soft, delicious. There's like a little spider crawling on the table right now. So random right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see him, but he's right there. But thank you all so much. And yeah, I just love you all so much. I don't know when I'll be on here next, but I hope you have a wonderful summer if I'm not on here to do a reading soon. Sorry, buddy. The spider always represents like skills and like working with others. So I just feel like, well, I don't know why I said working with others. It usually represents skills to me, but I guess because in that skill card there it was working with others. So yeah, it just represents like weaving the different types of skills that you have. You know, it's kind of like the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords card was about like weaving together different aspects of your life. And it just seemed like the skills also should be woven together and taught in different aspects of your life to different people that you know from different aspects of your life, you know? But that's everything I have for you all today. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. Bye, everybody. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose shadow work, then this is going to be your pile. Scent of library, oud, and vanilla bean. So the scent of library comes from the paper fragrance. I use fragrance in some of my oils, not all of them. And when I use fragrance, I use a very small amount. And I use phthalate-free, completely safe fragrance oils. Nothing that's like cancer-causing, hormone imbalancing crap that you see from a lot of the mainstream brands. I'm serious. And oud is a very fancy wood that's been infected with a fungus. It's one of the most famous fragrances in the world. It's very complex. It's delicious. I love how I'm like showing you my arm. Like, I don't know what you can see. You can see that it's not like super oily on the skin. You can see where I don't have it and where I do have it. It's kind of like, but this one is so good. It also has a Madagascar vanilla bean in every bottle. You'll just have to believe me because the bottle is black, but I swear if you look in there, there is a Madagascar vanilla bean in there. And that is for treating yourself with softness and kindness when you're doing shadow work. So if you don't know what shadow work is, definitely go check out my video on shadow work. I'll leave it linked down below. But shadow work is just when you're doing inner work, doing reflective work about different parts about yourself that you don't like, or different situations that happened in your life that were difficult for you. Just anything like that. That is shadow work, but you really need to remember to have grace with yourself, to be kind to yourself. So that's a really important part about like therapy or inner child healing or meditation, sound bowl work, Reiki, massage therapy that has to do with any somatic work like that. That all has to be done under the lens of saying, I'm going to be kind to myself today. I'm going to be good to myself today. I know I'm just a human being. I know I'm not trying to hurt anybody. What I did may not have been good, or, you know, this habit that I have, or this situation that happened might not have went well, but that doesn't mean that we can't move forward and bring love and light to that version of myself, right? So this is 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. So the archangels are here with you today, which is beautiful. And a message that came through immediately was just that when you're doing shadow work, definitely make sure to bring the angels in. You know, you can bring in that love, that grace, that peace and sweetness to yourself, but also you can bring in these external astral forces like the archangels. You can call specifically on Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, and any archangel that calls to you, or any god or goddess or any being at all. You could call on God, you could call on the universe. It doesn't matter. It's just this astral level of something helping you is really a helpful experience that I've found. I'm not saying that everybody needs to do this, but I'm saying that it is very helpful for me. And the fourth chakra, it's green, so I'm thinking that's the heart. Yes, that's the heart chakra. That's what's lighting up here. So it's about love, bringing that love into yourself, right? At the end of the day, it's so beautiful here. I didn't even notice this. We have the angel of strength. So it's like casting a spell of strength on yourself. The universe is casting a spell of strength on you. The angels are here for you to bring strength to you. Your angels are here for you, bringing strength to you, watching over you. Wow, yeah, a lot here. Beautiful. Beautiful, like beings protecting you, definitely. White light surrounding you, angels, angel wings surrounding you, just like really nice, beautiful energy there. Right, okay. Treat your body well. Meditating, massaging, exercising, that's what you want to be bringing into your life. That's how you can bring the angel energy down here to yourself, right? Be open to love. Be open to receiving love within relationships, receiving passion, receiving fulfillment within relationships, no matter if you are single with somebody or having difficulties within relationships or just not even looking. Just in general, it does not matter where you're at within relationships. Just be open to love. Be open to receiving love. Be open to receiving love from the universe. Be open to receiving little surprises from the universe. If you are within a relationship, open yourself to receiving love from this person. Have you even considered that on an astral level, to open up to receiving love? Okay, so please do this if this is something that interests you. Is something that you understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, the astral levels, just like energetic levels of things. When you tap into these planes and you can kind of start seeing these things, right? It's good to set up things like that, to set up like astral connections with those that you love. And you always can do it in a way that is like respectful and maintains like energetic boundaries as well. Sixth ray of devotion. Yeah, I feel like you are going to have devotion to the universe. The universe is going to have devotion to you, and that you're going to have devotion within your life because of that, right? Because of your devotion to the universe gives you love and devotion within your life. Beautiful. Mars retrograde, passion, chaos, upheaval. So there was some passion, there was some chaos, there was some craziness, there was some Scorpio energy, maybe there was some Mars retrograde energy, Kali energy. We also have the reproductive system, so this may have been like sexual partners, potentially. Yeah, this is interesting. Definitely. Maybe some masculine energy, maybe not. There was definitely an overburdening of yourself, but you're walking on. You're moving on with newfound energy that you have gained from this situation. And now it's time to really just like become the king of those finances. Re-energize your life, okay? Re-energize your life. Feng Shui is coming through, so just clear and bring positivity to your space through using bells, through using incense, through using chanting, through using just different sound bowls. You can play them on YouTube, whatever, using candles, Just intention. It doesn't matter. Begin writing now. Begin writing. It doesn't matter what you're writing about. It can be poetry. It can be to help others. It can be to help yourself. It can be fantasy. It can be fiction. It can be a couple words. It can be paragraphs. It doesn't matter. But start writing, okay? Enjoy new beginnings. Celebrate, socialize, change. Yeah, lots of change coming in. Lots of fire horse energy. This is the year of the fire horse. I'm feeling this warrior energy, fast-paced energy. You, the universe, you're conversing. It's moving quickly. You feel like a warrior, but I think you need to remember you don't have to be a warrior. You can just ride the horse. The universe is the horse, and you can just ride the horse. Go after your goals. I feel like you need to remember that you don't have to persist. It's not always a persisting. It's like, oh, and I have to do this next, and I have to do this. If you only shift your mindset to think, I get to do this next, I get to do this next, everything changes, and you stop putting those shields up to the people that are going to bring you to the places you're meant to be. Family connections, yeah. There's just like a soul family coming through. You're meant to travel. You're meant to travel more, travel more. You have a connection with Asian cultures. Teach, share is in the future. To instill, to entrust, to educate people through a level of deep understanding with the universe, with culture, with teachings, with elders, with young people, with dedication to not necessarily religion, but just intention and letting the energy of the universe flow onto you, remembering to have meditative moments, and now bringing this into something that you're supposed to do in round table energies, you know, meditating in a circle with others in a practice that is dedicated. This is the future. You know, eating well and living with nature, that is the future. We go backwards, but not into fighting, but into intentional living is where we're going. And we have to be the ones that usher that in. We can't just expect it to happen all around us. We have to be the ones that usher it in. Just start writing about what you believe in and start releasing and re-energizing your life and feng shuiing your furniture and feng shuiing your home. And anything that you touch should be feng shuied, including your body, you know, feng shui your body with a really good massage. Be open to love, be open to passion. This is like a portal for you. And just keep this connection that you have with the universe strong, and just be kind to yourself anytime you do shadow work within your life. Definitely check out shadow work on illusionelixirs.com. This was a super fast, awesome reading. I loved how it's like we had to get it out, you know? So if there's any other readings that were here today, please check those out if they seem like they might be for you. This scent is so good. It is like musky, but like fresh, but also yeah, it really does smell like you're in a library a little bit, you know? But it has that bit of cherryness to it too, but it's not like cherry, like you know how cherry can get. Cherry can be like cough medicine. It's not like that. It's more like plums and, you know, that sort of thing. Not like that type of cherry, but I love you all so much, and thank you all for being here. Don't forget that your angels are always here with you. I feel like we cover that side of life up with all of the day-to-day life, and then we forget about the like angelic beings, and we forget about what is really there for us, you know? So just remember that. Just remember that, because it's like I freaking forgot that those angels were under there. Honestly, and I'm like cleaning this up, and I'm like, these angels are under here for us, and we need to remember that. We need to remember to connect with the people that have passed on, and just the astral realms, really. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, everybody. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose Aphrodite, then this is going to be your pile. Aphrodite is so pretty. I just love this bottle. I love the red gold that's in it. Can you guys see that? It's just so freaking cute. And the little seashells in it too. I just love it. And it has yuzu in it from Japan. It's strawberry and magnolia. It's so sweet and feminine. And I made a bunch of videos about Aphrodite, so if you're interested in her, definitely check that out. I've been sculpting this for a while. I need to finish it. Hopefully she got a back on her, but let's not. Let's not. Look at that, because I don't know if like YouTube will just like take everything down if I show that. But let's get these out, and I'm loving the energy. I feel like it's like flirty and fun and feminine and sweet, and I feel like that's the energy we need to bring in, not like sad and poor health and poor finances. Like, no, get that energy out of here. Like, we're not doing that. We're having blossoming abundance. Yeah, I feel like we struggle to see that there is blossoming abundance all around, and that we can shift our reality at any given moment. We can just shift our reality. We really can. We can just view it and then shift it. It can be so instantaneous, and like, we need to stop thinking about how it can come and just start thinking like, oh, this is coming. Okay, let me sit because I know that it's coming, and let me just fire up my people around me and just like do what I want to do and sit in stillness. Like, here we're sitting in stillness with our animals and just chilling, and then here we're like going out and saying, yes, we're gonna get this done, we're gonna get this done. It's like times change and that's okay, but we need to not like wallow. We need to not wallow. We're like a powerful person. We're a powerful person that can move through life and move through anything and see all these different possibilities, and all the doors are open for us. On the ceiling, you know, there's opportunities coming left, right, and center. So no, we're not gonna have difficulties with the finances. There's opportunities blossoming from the freaking ceiling, okay? So you have everything. You are internally blossoming, and everything is changing. So yeah, just tap into this internal blossoming as well, and the visualization to see what you want. But we can't always be visualizing what we want. We have to also, because here's something I've realized, okay? This is like, so, I'm telling you, this is big stuff, guys. If you think about what you want and you have this certain energy of exactly how it should be and how it's gonna come and whatever, like how it looks, and you visualize it like so perfectly, sometimes that is really actually not the best way to like tap into that often, right? Because then you're separating yourself from the reality that you're in right now. And it's like, you really need to be thinking, how can I shift the reality I'm in right now? How can I shift myself? How can I do internal work or external work, right? We have the internal work and then we have the external work. How can we do that to open the opportunities? And it's like, we stop thinking about it as, how can I get this new thing? And we just start thinking about it as, I'm blossoming in this moment. I'm blossoming in this moment. Stand out, be proud, be yourself, okay? You're not all tied up, okay? This definitely has ties to the pile that had the 8 of Swords. Which pile was that? Somatic support. That was pile number 2. Definitely check out pile number 2. I just feel like we need to be tapping into our body Okay, we need to be tapping, if you're a woman, you need to be tapping into your feminine power, into your womb. If you're a man, you need to be tapping into that as well. Like, I feel like men don't ever talk about their, like, masculine testosterone power. Like, I just feel like men have, like, lost the way in a lot in a lot of ways. And just women and men, you know, like, society has really lost the way that children are treated. But it has it ever been okay? You know, we need to take the parts of society throughout space and time that we like, and bring that into the modern day, and bring that into our life, and decide what we are going to do. And I'm looking up at my Star Wars poster right now, and it just reminds me of, like, the Force. And it's like, use the Force. We're, like, using the Force, but we don't, like, think about it, like, too much. We don't put too much pressure on it. It's just like, we have the Force. We use it for good. And in Star Wars, I rewatched Star Wars 2, and I'm like, man, sometimes I'm like, are they even good? Like, they're hurting people, you know? It's such a moral dilemma, but I'm not even going to get into that right now. That's something to think about, though. It definitely is. It's something to think about. The good and the bad and the hurting and the what is right. I think it's something we silently think about. Laugh and have fun. We need to do more of that, you know? Even the monks laugh and have fun. We need to do more of that. We need to talk to people. We need to be in community. It needs to be free. We need to seek it out. And we need to want it even if we don't want it. we have to seek it, and we have to be it. We have to be the community, right? Nature spirits. Connect with the nature spirits. Yeah, this is like Lord of the Rings vibes. I'm getting like movie buff energy from this. Elves, fairies. Yeah, the elves and the fairies are with you. And like, it's like the energy of different landscapes have different energies, and we can tap into that, and we can feel that, especially through shamanistic moments. Messages in the numbers. Numerology is such a beautiful thing, you know? Yeah. I also just heard like human design, if you know what that is. Yeah, at 1111. 1111. I feel very connected to that number. It feels very lucky. It feels very divine. We have 2 waterfalls here. It's just like a rushing. See how I said it's like nature has the waterfall, and then you internally have the waterfall. So it's like you create the waterfall within, and then that creates the waterfall within the world. It's just as Jesus said, you know, he always said, oh, it's all within, it's within. And Buddha, and they always say that. And it's like, if you say that, it's like, oh, no, that can't be. It couldn't be that it's all within. And it's like, yes, it is all within. It is. Okay, Letitia, Joy, we're meant to be happier. We're meant to remember, yeah, and really major good things are coming for you. The greatest fortune, the abundance, the strength, the success, the stability, the divine protection. Yeah, it's all coming. It's all coming to you. All of that's coming to you, but we need to remember to be happy in each given moment. Bring that rainbow energy in. Bring that rainbow energy in. We're balancing out. We're balancing out. Tempering. Yeah, bringing peace where there needs to be peace within certain aspects of our life. Something that I experienced recently is that, like, I was working very hard vending, and then my tent broke, and I was just thinking vending was like a lot of work, and sometimes for not as much payoff. And I just shifted mindsets super quickly, and I was like, oh, this means that I'm not meant to do this anymore. And then I did that. I didn't do it anymore. And like so many other opportunities come to me now. So, I mean, I don't know if that like that might relate to you. I hope that you understand where I'm coming from with that. But I'm just saying that, like, we do have to follow, like, what the universe shows us in life, right? And where things are difficult and where things aren't difficult and where things flow and where they don't. That's what I'm getting from temperance. It's interesting because temperance usually to me means like balance or like having restraint and things like that. But that's definitely, but sometimes like the restraint that we have is the restraint from doing things that like we might think we're supposed to do it. But it's like we only have so much time in the day, the week, the month, the year. You know, we only have so much time. So how are we going to split it up? That's really how I'm thinking of that. And we're not having envy. We're not having envy. We're not thinking about, oh, you know, and we're not having envy about this life that we dream of either. You know, because we sit here and visualize. It's like, oh, I'm not envious of the other person or the better life or the better world. I'm not envious of that. I'm not envious of the person on the internet or the person. No, we're not envious. We know that good things are coming to us, and we know that we don't need it all. We don't need it all. We can celebrate every little moment and know that the big ones are coming, but not get too hung up on that. And this is a card about marriage, celebrations, and it came out reversed. So I just like don't feel like, I got like a weird message, like there might be a difficulty at a wedding actually this summer. And something about like, we'd have to have a private reading about this, but if you would be interested in having a private reading and you would be interested in something having to do with marriage or weddings, definitely I'll leave my link down below about private bookings, because that's just not something I want to get into on a reading for everyone. But just know that if you are a woman, please like tap into your feminine energy, your feminine strength, which can sometimes look very soft, and just shine bright. Shine bright. Be yourself, but also like step into the areas where people are most similar to you, you know, and like stand in power with those people, because that's what keeps you moving on through the difficult times. And they light you up. Even when you think, oh, are people really going to light me up? Like, yes, people will light you up. It will be the people you will be most surprised that will light you up when you're going through difficult times. And just know that the light that you do give out will come back to you tenfold, and you are extremely abundant. And you're quantum leaping. Like, you can see the different realities and you can step into them, and you don't, it can be like this, and it's like really the wondering on if it's coming that gets you hung up on manifestations. And that's everything I have for y'all. Definitely check out my link to get a private reading down below, and check out Aphrodite. There's only a couple left. This is a limited edition scent because it has that yuzu from Japan in it. And it is just so, so, so delicious. If you are into like feminine power, connecting to goddesses, you're into like ocean energy, you love strawberries or like sweet floral scents, you want to do spells having to do with self-care or connecting to patron goddesses, or spells having to do with romance or love or marriage, connection, anything like that, then this would be a perfect oil for that. And that's everything I have today. Please check out illusionelixirs.com. And I love you all so much. Thanks for being here till the end. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you got anything out of this. And I just love you all so much. Bye.